Rikli from Lessons in Your Home. Today we're going to be talking about Travis picking. Now, Travis picking gets its name from Merle Travis, who's one of the greatest country guitar players of all time. And he had a very distinctive style. He would play he'd use his thumb to play the bass line, and he'd use his index finger to play the melody. So you might be wondering yourself, well, what are some of the steps we might want to go through in order to accomplish this? Well, let's take a look. One of the first things you want to do is get your thumb to play an alternating bass pattern. All right, so let's just take a look at an E chord, for example. When you're playing a chord from the 6th string down, normally, and there's some variations on this, but normally you have your thumb alternating between the E string and the D string. And they're usually going to be playing quarter notes. All right, so let's say you want to practice this. Well, you'd want to take it slowly. All right, so let's take a look at how this would sound if you're just practicing an alternating bass line. All right, so you form your E chord, and you're going to have your thumb alternating between E and D, playing a quarter beat. All right, so here's how this is going to sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, once you've gotten used to that and it becomes second nature to you, it'll be time to move on to the next chord, which I'd recommend you play in an A major. It's F-shaped form. And since you're playing a chord that begins from the 5th string on down, the picking pattern is going to change. Instead of going from the E string to the D string, it's going to go from the A string to the D string, from the E string, and then back to the D string. Basically, it's going to be an A-D-E-D pattern. All right, so let's take a look at how that's going to sound. Once again, it's going to be a quarter beat for each note. When you get used to playing that, it'll be time to move on to the next chord. And this next chord, I'd recommend using a B7 barred at the 7th fret. And since it's a chord starting from the 6th string down, it's going to be the same pattern that you used with the E chord. All right, just E, D, E, D. All right, so let's take a look at how that sounds. 1. So when you've accomplished that, you want to run through each chord and see if you can transition easily. All right, but once you do that, it'll be time for you to incorporate your index finger into this. All right, so what we're going to do is form an E chord again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my index finger alternating between the high E string and the B string on beats 2 and 4. All right, so let's take a look at how that's going to sound. 1. To the A chord. For the B7. Alright, so once you've run through that, you feel comfortable with it, it'll be time to bring your pinky into this too. So I'm going to show you the notes I'm going to be playing with my pinky. Alright, as I'm doing the alternating bass line. The notes I'm going to be hitting for the E chord are going to be G, E, D, E. Alright, so it's going to sound. On the A, it's going to be C, A, G, A. And on the B7, it's going to be D, B, A, B. Now let's see how that sounds all together. The A. B7. And then once you're done doing that and you're comfortable transitioning through each chord, it'll be time to do one more thing. And that is getting your pinky to play through each string. Like play melody through each string. So let me once again show you notes I'm going to be hitting for each chord. On the E, it's going to be G, F sharp, E, D, D, E. So. On the A, it's going to be C, B, A, E, G, A. And on the B7th it's going to be D, C sharp, B, F sharp, A, B. All right. Let's see how that sounds together. Once you got to that stage, it'll be time for you to start branching out and experimenting with different things. This is a really cool style, and it's really good if you're a guitar player who's not really all that into singing, but you still want to play solo gigs, because it gives you sort of that full sound. So it's a challenge, and I haven't covered everything, but those are some of the basics for playing this type. So hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time.